Hi friends, today we're going to do my less than 10-minute writing exercise that will improve your writing by expanding your vocabulary. I've selected 3 words for us to play around with. We're going to use each one of these words in a sentence so that we can better understand them by putting them into context. I'll give you general definitions, but I've also included links below to Merriam-Webster's website for the formal definitions and pronunciations. The 3 words I have selected today for us to play around with are forethought, forestall, and forebode. Forethought, forestall, and forebode. We're going to have a little fun with our writing and just use each one of these words in a sentence. This is a very quick exercise, but we can have a lot of fun and just, play around with our writing. Let's use forethought in a sentence. And forethought, can either be a noun or an adjective. A noun, a word that describes a person, place, or a thing, or an adjective, a word that describes. And it means planning in advance. All right, we're going to first use it as a noun. It frustrated him that his 2 sons had no forethought regarding their future. This is probably common with a lot of parents that have children that don't really plan or think that far ahead for their future. But anyway, using forethought as a noun, so the 2 sons didn't have any forethought, no planning in advance for their future. All right, let's use forestall, let's move back. Let's use forethought as an adjective. They were always impressed by their forethoughtful son who saved his money and planned for his future. So now you have an opposite where you have a son or a child that's thinking ahead for his future. In this case, we're using it as an adjective, which is less common to use forethought as an adjective. Some of the examples on Merriam-Webster's website for adjective for this word, I think, are actually using it as a noun. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Let's move on to forestall. And forestall is just a verb, an action word, and it means to hinder or prevent something. Okay. Every attempt he made to forestall the inevitable was in vain. So whatever's coming or whatever's going to happen for this person, every attempt he's making to forestall, to delay, or to prevent whatever is going to happen was done in vain. So forestall, he's trying to hinder or delay things. All right, let's move on to forebode. And forebode is also a verb, an action word, and it means an inward conviction of a coming misfortune. They knew it would be a foreboding task to pass through the dark forest. So you can imagine if this was some fantasy story or whatever, and these people have to pass through this dark forest, it's a foreboding task. Anyway, 3 wonderful, interesting words. Use them in a sentence, play around with them. Forethought, forestall, forebode. And if they're unfamiliar to you, just become familiar with them so that they're accessible to you when you write. And it just empowers you as a writer. If you enjoyed this writing exercise, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy writing.